Hello. Bit of a longer video today. It is 8:34 when I'm recording this, but it might be morning where you are. Night is when I'm recording this, and I'm probably uploading this very late at night here on December 18th. Might be like 9 o'clock by the time I get this thing out, so good morning if you're just waking up to this. Bit of a different video here than we usually do. Usually we cover a certain news event or prediction show. This, I want to go over the Lake Elsinore Grand Prix and how Lake Elsinore flat out almost ruined the Grand Prix in 2011. Oh my goodness, I can't even. By the way, this is one of the few years that the Grand Prix actually landed on my birthday. It's either the 12th or the 13th. Leave a guess down in the comments and I'll tell you if you're right or not. And people who know me, please don't give it away. Bob Bones here, you know who I am. But that's not all. That's gonna be our main talking point here in this video. We're gonna go over some other news, and basically Racer X is now coming out with their Supercross predictions. We're gonna talk about that as well. The Grand Prix in 2011. This is a crazy year for the Lake Elsinore Grand Prix. I mean, a crazy year. We're gonna go over it first because I know there's people who clicked on this video for the Grand Prix and like why they almost ruined it. We're gonna get that out of the way so after I'm done with this and move on with life, you guys don't have to sit through all my things. So, yeah, this race was. This is a race that I think will go down in Grand Prix history in the 51 years we've had it. About a few days before, there was a press release came out. And it was basically saying that there was a lot of, basically in 2011, a crap ton of rain came into Elsinore, and it basically, in 2009, 2010, they started at the Storm Stadium, and they went across the water, the lake, to the mountain over there where they usually have it now. They started at the Storm Stadium. Well, in 2011, what happened was, there was a big rainstorm that poured over Elsinore and Wotamar, and the water just got way too deep. There was no way no bikes were crossing over that. So they changed the location. This track was horrible. There's a lot of YouTube videos about this. Basically, there was no viewing area. That was the problem with this. There was a big course change, as I said. So basically, instead of going, because they went down that little ravine where the big sports park is now, came up it, and usually they either go straight and take a right. This time they just went straight, and kind of where those housing tracks are, that's where this is. Of course they can't use that now because the Summerly house is over there. That's where that is. And they literally, this is literally not to save money. This is literally because the big rainstorm poured over, and the Saturday it was raining that day. I didn't watch much of it because, spoiler, we had a birthday to celebrate. So we were celebrating that birthday, and we went out there to check it out, and that's about it. There was really, like, the cool thing about having it at the rodeo grounds is there's a ton of viewing areas over there. Like, that's where all the jumps are. Well, basically with this, you can only view it from Storm Stadium, and it's literally just them going straight across a runway, turning right, and then going back onto the dirt, into the ravine, or whatever that thing is, and going straight. And they went out of view. That was basically it. And if you go look at the track map from the GoPro videos and everything, there was a jump section. There was actually a Supercross whoop section in here. And it wasn't in the race for it. That was insane to me that you couldn't view it from over there. I know there was, and anywhere else you went to try to view it, it just completely, you just couldn't see them. But this track did something interesting that I think now that I've been to the Motorsports Park in Elsinore, some of the Supercross guys trained for 2 more years that we'll discuss in the future. Oh boy. I couldn't really map it out, but they did go to that Motorsports Park, but watching the GoPro footage of one racer, I really couldn't map it out. But if you look at that area where they basically were, it's basically full now because, yes, the golf course was still there, but now we have that sports park basically right next to the golf course, and we have a ton of houses over there. And basically where those houses are, back in the far back, is basically once where the Grand Prix rode. I find that crazy. Like, I don't think many people realize this, that if you're now getting into the Grand Prix and starting to watching it every year, you may not have known this. And I've been watching the Grand Prix here in Elsinore for years. I think this was my 10th year watching it. We missed it 1 year because of reasons. But other than that, I've been going every year. And we almost missed it in 2016. Luckily, we had a birthday there to celebrate. Man, this was a big deal when it was announced. I couldn't believe they were doing this. And you know, they almost, luckily the next year in 2012, they did move it back to its original form. And in 2017, they moved it back to its original form because, as I've said, this event, when it started 51 years ago, it was basically where it is now. Maybe the track was a little bit longer, but that's because they had more room, because I believe those houses where a certain family member lives. I don't think they were there in the 70s. And I know that because a certain family member doesn't live there, didn't live here in the 70s. Pretty sure they still live in Mexico. But they had a lot more room to go. But it did start on Main Street forever. I think 2000, I'm hearing stories that, you guys can confirm this in the comments. 2008, I believe, they moved it to the track, the Motorsports Park, where they had it for 15 and 16. But then from 2009 to 2014, they had it basically at Storm Stadium, except for that 1 year in 2011. 2011 was a weird year too. It was just weird. Yeah, so I mean, that's all I really have to say of it, but that's not all we have here in the video. And by the way, I'm still a little messed up here in the brain, so please hang on with that. We have Racer X now posting their preview shows for Supercross 2020. And they're making some predictions here. I really wonder how many more years people are going to be on Tomac's side. I really don't know how many more years I can trust this dude. I've already picked him for like how many Supercross championships now? 2? This is his 3rd year. He has a chance to do it. And I bet you come Vegas, he's not going to do it. Like, he's probably not going to do it. We'll have a separate video on Eli Tomac, but Racer X is starting to post their things. And I have an announcement. I'm planning on Saturday going to GameStop and grabbing MXGP Pro, which is a game that came out in 2018. Didn't get good reviews, so I'm going to get it, play it, and not make a series on it because I don't have the setup for gaming. But we will talk about it here, so look for not Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Maybe Christmas Eve, you never know. Maybe the day after Christmas I'll come out with my MXGP Pro review, and is it still worth buying, like 2 years later review, and then we'll move on from there. And once Supercross starts, we will have these long talk shows like we are here. I'm thinking on posting it Monday, recording it Sunday, premiering it on Monday after the race. So that'll be fun. I can't wait. I mean when I started like thinking about the Supercross's rigged thing, I really thought I was not gonna watch Supercross as much and not be as excited for it. But closer it gets, I mean, who doesn't get excited about that? Oh, by the way, if you clicked on this video, never heard of the Lake Elsinore Grand Prix, you might have just learned something just now. Yeah, the Elsinore GP has been around since, is it 1968? It's, if you come down to Elsinore, which is right in the middle of the heart of motocross, like, we live here from Temecula to Riverside, I believe, is like, or that's where all the pro people come from. I can't even talk today. That's where like the pro teams come from. Like Red Bull KTM has their shop here in Marietta. Warfighter Made, that whole Warfighter Made thing was here in Temecula. I'm right in this range right here. But please don't come find me. Who else is out here? Pro Circuit Kawasaki's not too far from here in Corona. What's in Elsinore? I don't even know. But Elsinore GP Grand Prix, it's a race we look forward to every year. This year was a different story. If you see my videos on it, it was very dusty. Very dusty. Go check out my videos on the Elsinore Grand Prix 2019, and you can kind of get a sense of what it is. But keep in mind that if you're already watching Supercross, the dirt bike races kind of become like, okay, it's the same thing every time. But yeah, we're really in the heart of motocross here, and I live not too far from Angel Stadium and Petco Park, so could be getting to Anaheim too. Still haven't bought tickets yet, but planning on. So yeah, might as well have this race out here. Like, a lot of people come down for this race. Like, it has been, I mean, in the past few years, it has been decreasing in popularity. But the 50th Grand Prix, I mean, you should have seen this place. was rocking. But yeah, I'm really not going as long as I thought I would on this. Yeah, the Grand Prix is a race down here. It's basically all dirt bikes, but they throw in some quad races, and even they threw an ATC race this year. And basically, how they did it in the past was very different how they did it here. Like when I first started watching, of course it was at Storm Stadium, but it's changed in the last 10 years, and just like Supercross has changed in the last 10 years. And keep in mind that I'm actually going to be posting a video here very soon, before Christmas, that is going to be explaining the changes of Supercross then versus now, 10 years ago versus now. Like, we're going to be going over everything. I did a video on this a long time ago, but I couldn't upload it. It got deleted or something. Something happened to it. I couldn't upload it. I'm going to remake that video and post it. And that's about it here. That was what happened with the 2011 Lake Elsinore Grand Prix. Some more Supercross news. And some news of myself. And yes, plus more. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts down below. See ya!